With this lesson, we are beginning our unit on measurement. Today we will be looking at converting and comparing units of measure using the metric system. Please copy down the standard benchmark indicator on a clean page in your math notebook. The student will compare and convert units of measure using the metric system. Converting in the metric system. The metric system is a system of measurements used to describe how long, how heavy, or how big something is. The metric system uses prefixes to describe amounts that are much larger or smaller than the base unit. The base units for measuring length, mass, and volume are shown in the table below. The prefixes used most often are kilo, meaning 1,000, centi, meaning 1/100, and milli, meaning 1/1000. Looking at our chart down here below, you can see the most common units in the metric system for length, mass, and volume. So for length, the base unit is the meter, and we have the kilometer, the centimeter, and the millimeter. For mass, the base unit is the gram, and we have the gram and the kilogram. And for volume, the base unit is the liter, and we have liter and milliliter. And on the right is an approximate comparison for each one of the units. What unit of measure would you use for each one of the following items? So for number one, we have the amount of gasoline in a car, and we're using metric units here. So we're going to measure that in liters. For number two, we have the distance from Hong Kong to Beijing, China. We know that's a long distance, so we're going to measure that in kilometers. You may also hear that pronounced kilometers. Either way is fine. For three, we have the weight of a paper clip. And if we look, we've got grams and kilograms as our possible units, so we're going to measure the weight of a paper clip in grams. For the length of an airplane, we're going to use our base length unit of meters. For five, we're going to use the amount of coffee in a cup. We're going to use milliliters. For weight of a golden retriever, we're going to measure that in kilograms. And number seven, the width of a playing card, we're going to measure in centimeters. It is easy to convert within the decimal system. Just remember the following saying. King Henry died Monday drinking chocolate milk. For each one of the prefixes for the metric system matches up to each one of the words here. So we have kilo, hecto, deca, meter, deci, centi, and milli. You don't see all of these used. Hecta, deca, and deci are not used as often, but because the metric system is based on powers of 10, it has a unit for each power of 10 going higher and bigger and smaller and to the right. So to convert a unit in the metric system, you need to multiply or divide by a power of 10. The table below lists the powers of 10 to use when converting. Remember, when multiplying and dividing by powers of 10, for multiplication, you're going to move the decimal to the right because the number is getting bigger. For division, you're moving the decimal to the left because the number is getting smaller. So use this chart when converting. So they put the base unit in the middle, and then we've got each of the other units measured there. So each box we jump is a power of 10. So to get all the way up to kilometers or kilograms or kiloliters, it's 1,000. It's 10 times 10 times 10. So it's 1,000 times bigger than the base unit. So here we're going to convert 34,000 milliliters to liters. So step one, find milliliters on the chart. And if we look back at our chart, it's all the way on the right. How many spaces away is liter? It's 3. And then are the liters to the left or to the right? They're to the left of milliliters. which tells us we're going to be moving to the left and we're going to be dividing. So we're going to divide 34,000 milliliters by 1,000 because there are 1,000 milliliters in 1 liter. And we know if you divide 34,000 by 1,000, you get 34. So 34,000 milliliters equals 34 liters. So next we're going to find meters on the chart. We know that's right in the middle. And we're going to find centimeters, and it's 2 spaces to the right. So 2 spaces to the right, that's 10 times 10, so that's 100. So we're going to be multiplying by 100 because we're moving to the right. So 6 times 100 gets us 600. So 6 meters equals 600 centimeters. For our next problem, we have 40 hectograms going to grams. So we're going to go back and look at our chart. And we see the base unit grams is to the right of hectograms, which is 2 squares apart. So as we go back to our problem, we have 40 hectograms going to grams. So we know if we're going 2 spaces to the right, we're multiplying by 100. And then 40 times 100 is 4,000. So 40 hectograms becomes 4,000 grams. Please make sure all of the work is copied down and glue these pages in your math notebook.